Good morning, YouTube, friends, family. I thought I'd take you for a little walk this morning. I've just finished working at the post office and I feel like a little bit of a walk. And I have my early morning frog voice. Sorry about that. Wow. I'm at the highway. There's the mountains over there. Nobody's coming, so I better go. I'm so sorry about this froggy throat. So it's a Sunday morning finally. It's still a little on the cool side. This building here is our community center, which this weekend is going to be a very busy place. This weekend is our Maple Syrup Festival. We are the maple syrup capital of Manitoba, maybe even Canada, I don't know. And there's a whole weekend of festivities planned starting tomorrow night. Oh, look at these robins. See the robin on the ground? They're in the tree eating the berries. There's a whole bunch of them. Oh, and there's some cedar waxwings in there too. Hello, lovelies. Welcome back. Oh, it's so good to see robins. Anyway, the Maple Syrup Festival runs from Friday night to Sunday afternoon, I guess. And it's loaded with all kinds of things to do, to see, to taste. And there's going to be a craft sale just with local artisans, and you'll be able to buy the local maple syrup. And my friend has a booth there with her wool from her sheep, which she makes all kinds of things, and she sells wool, and she also makes soap. So I plan to go Saturday. And as far as the Maple Syrup Festival itself, from that building there, you can get onto a horse-drawn carriage, and they take you up to the sugar bush, where you learn all about tapping the sugar maples, and you actually get to do some of that, and you make taffy on snow. I don't know where they're going to get the snow, but yeah, it's all kinds of things to do. They're going to have things for children, things for adults. They're going to have some local bands from around the area. All the restaurants are going to be having pancake and maple syrup breakfasts all weekend. So it should be fun. Lots of activities. This here building is our manor. This is our seniors' home. It's not a home, seniors' residence. It's apartments for seniors. Beautiful little place. It's probably 10 years or so it was built. It's fairly new. Lovely little spot. They have a common room where they can get, I believe, one meal a day, and the rest of the time they cook in their own suites. And this here is our swimming pool. We have a swimming pool, an outdoor one. It's a very popular place in the summertime. They have all kinds of things here too. They have swimming lessons, and then they have luau's, and you can have a birthday party here. You can rent the pool for an hour or 2 or 3, have a birthday party. So it's lovely addition to our town. And right beside this is the Fletcher Park, which is our playground and our park. Has a couple of bandstands. There's one over there. There's one here. This is where they shoot off the fireworks on July 1st. And they have picnics, and throughout the summer there's activities here for children. So it's a nice little area too. And all these are placed in this position for a reason. The campground is right here beyond this blue building. So it's full, actually. This campground's full in the summertime. It's not that big, but when you camp here, you get the playground and the pool at your service. So it's quite a nice little place to stop as well. You get a pretty view of the Riley Mountains. So I'll just go in here. It's not too muddy, so I can walk through here. Yeah, so it's a nice little spot. This is where I took all my beautiful winter pictures that I believe I've shared on my blog. I'll put the link in the description below right to those pictures. But I came walking through here with my big camera one morning, and we had a snow, and it was just, the trees were all frosted. It was just beautiful. So I snapped a bunch of pictures. There's a little farm tucked in the back there. So yeah, this is a campground. I don't know how many spots there are here. Quite a few. It goes all the way down to the end there. It's a nice little place for people to come and park for the night or for the weekend. Actually, I think a lot of people park here on the weekend, and we're so close to the lakes up on the mountain, Clear Lake, and there's all kinds of little lakes for fishing, and of course there's Wasagaming, which is a resort community, Onanall, which is a artisan community. So a lot of people park here, and in half an hour they can, or even 20 minutes, they just go up the mountain to spend the day visiting all these little places and enjoying themselves. So it's a handy little place, and I don't believe that it's all that expensive to park here either. I don't know what the rates are, but I don't think it's that expensive. So that's our little recreation, one of them, area here. And as you can see by the flags, we have a bit of a wind, not too bad, and it's northwest wind by the looks of it. This is one of my morning walk routes. This is the one I like the best, actually. Mostly because of the quiet. Very seldom do you run into a car. And other than the traffic on the main highway here, it's very quiet, and the view is just lovely. This wide open space just fills me up somehow. I don't know. After years and years of living in the city with the noise, this is just wonderful for me. I enjoy this very much. There's an old hangar across the highway. I guess at one time there was an airport here, maybe. Who knows? Anyway, there's a lot of fields across there, farms tucked up along the mountain, Mount Agassiz, where the 1979 was it? Winter Games were. Is up there, was up there. It's no longer. It's been dismantled. You can still go up there. It's about a 15-minute drive up the mountain. And they have walking trails now. They do a lot of cross-country skiing in the winter time. bike riding, trail mounting, trail bike riding, and we have a walking group that goes up there several times a week. It's lovely if you don't mind wood ticks. And I don't like wood ticks, so I don't walk up there. So my last video I was saying that the robins weren't back. The very next morning they were, which is wonderful. I was so happy. They weren't in my yard, but they were in the yard next to mine. So that's great. They'll be in my yard. As soon as I start turning soil, they'll be there. They'll have to steal my worms. So probably in another 2-3 weeks, I would say, these fields will be full of activity. Farmers putting in their crops and lots of work to be done. It's a little bit of an uncertain time for our farmers, especially the canola farmers. There's quite the deal going with China at the moment. They are rejecting our canola on preposterous false accusations. So I don't know. I think it's quite a scary time for some farmers who make their living growing canola. Oh, it's so nice to see the sun. So I've done a little change. I noticed when I was watching some of the videos I had recorded before that my voice goes and comes and goes and comes. And so I decided to put a pair of earphones in that have a microphone. So I'm anxious to see if it's going to make any better on, any difference on the sound quality. I know that I still have a jiggle from carrying the phone. And that's probably because of the way I'm walking right now with my silly knee. And that's one of the reasons why I am walking this morning. I'm trying to walk some of the kinks out of it. I have had knee problems before. I've had torn meniscus and had to have treatment. And for myself, I know that the worst thing for my back and for my knee is to sit. Walking, even though it hurts, it's much, much better in the long run. So walk I will do. There's plenty of places to walk. But I know that I don't have a very steady gait right now, so my phone is flip-flopping a bit. I do not have a proper video camera. I just use my phone, which isn't how I would like video, but I can't afford a video camera at the moment. And I don't edit my videos because I don't have an editing program. I know you can get them online free, but I haven't really found one that interests me, so I haven't got one of those either. So my videos are uploaded just as they're shot. And if I look at them and see that I don't like them, they're trashed. I think it's going to be a very nice day today. I don't think it's going to be warm, but the sun's going to be out. So I am going to try and do some work in my garden. I have a lot of cleanup from last year to do, and I have some new potager beds that I want to make, and I've got some roses that I want to take out. I actually took my secateurs and I cut down a couple of roses, and as I was cutting them down, I just threw them in a pail of water. Some of the clippings, and I took the pail of water in the kitchen, threw it on the floor. Not threw it on the floor, but put it on the floor. A couple of days later, I looked, and there was little sprouts coming. So I left that there for a while. And, oh, look at these people digging up there. Oh, they're having some work done to their foundation, the drainage. Ew. Anyway, I was able to pot up a shoot. I was quite excited. So the roses that I have around my house are, I don't know how old they are, but they're old. They've been there. They were there when we bought the house. They're so old that they're growing underneath the foundation of our house. When you try and pull them out, you're pulling parts of that stucco off. So, and they're not very pretty anymore. And there's about 4 or 5 different varieties in there. So now what I've decided to do, after this little experiment works so well, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some cuttings and I'm going to start some new ones, and I'm going to pull all of the rest of the other ones out. And I'm going to put a new rose bed somewhere in the yard, not up against a building at all. Have it freestanding and start all over again. And I think it'll be nice. At least I hope so. So I might tackle removing some more rose bushes. Last year I had to get the garden tractor out and pull them out with a garden tractor. They are so badly rooted down in there. But at this time of year, the ground is a little bit more, it's a little softer, so maybe they'll come up a little bit easier than they did after a drought summer. I hear blue jays. Lots of bird song in the morning. And here's my house from a different view. You don't see this one very often. Oh, I can't wait to paint this house. I haven't got the paint yet, but I'm going to probably be getting some paint soon. And then hubby and I will tackle this project. Blue jays are upset about something. So I'm home. I'm hungry. I haven't had breakfast yet, so I'm going to go in the house, have some breakfast, and wait till it warms up a bit more. There's quite a bit of frost on the grass. And then I'm going to put on my work clothes and hopefully spend my day out here. This is a day I've been waiting for months. So have a good day, everybody. Talk to you real soon. Bye for now.